Yeah, he went to Antarctica and he named a mountain Shopify. No, I know. Yeah, I will never use Shopify ever. Okay, yeah, I gotta go too. Okay, talk to you soon, Mom. Bye. Oh, hey, welcome back. Thanks for coming. Today, Monday, January 22nd, 2024. It's cold outside. It's a little warmer today. This weekend was really cold. Were you out there? It's freezing. Looks like this weekend's going to be a little warmer. Check out the weather map here. So basically, if you're in a northern place, it's going to be colder. And if you're further south, it's going to be warmer. It's just kind of what happens in the winter. If you live outside the United States, same rules probably apply. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's summer. So I don't know. I know a lot of people come here for the weather report. So thanks for coming. I'll see you later. This video today is what I'm calling housekeeping. I just wanted to go over a few things going on here to get a sense of what I'm working on and how the channel's going. We're about a week in, so, just a little update so you know what's going on. Subscriber count, look at that. We're doing pretty good. I mean, want to keep that up. I hear just consistency and you just get more subscribers. So I'm pretty stoked on that. Money, we're doing the monetizing thing and wow, come on. For 8 videos already, the Lamborghini is coming soon. You're probably wondering what's going on with the neon sign in the back. That used to always be there. It hasn't been there in a video yet, but really interesting story about that sign. There was a photo store that had gone out of business years ago, but I would drive by it. It was in a town called Monticello, and I saw it in the window, and I was telling an old assistant of mine that I really wanted it, and he had known about it too. And apparently one day he was driving by and he saw a door open. So he just pulled in, walked inside, started talking to them. And he asked them if he could have it. And they just gave it to him and he gave it to me. And now I have it, legitimate old school neon sign that is just cool, I think, and that's like a thing that people do in the backgrounds of videos. So that's that. You might have noticed that the clock is gone here. I thought time would play a big part of this channel, and it will. It still does. But having the actual time that I was recording these videos in the background was problematic for editing, obviously. But I sort of knew that. And I was sort of doing it as a gag because there was an old Simpsons episode, and I'm not even a big Simpsons fan, but for whatever reason, this particular episode stuck in my mind because it was Homer being interviewed and there was a clock behind him and you could see them edit his words and the clock would move. And I just thought that was so funny and it just stuck with me forever. So I thought I'd end up doing that with the clock back there, but nah, too obscure and just doesn't matter. Speaking of time though, some people want to know how much time this takes me to do every day. And I'll say it's an hour or two, depends on if I'm shooting anything outside. But from shooting to editing, try to do it between 1 and 3 hours of work every day. So, and I'm not really a good editor, so it's rudimentary. Sound is a thing that people have been, I wouldn't say complaining, but talking about, and I'm trying to dial that in. This is a Sennheiser shotgun mic. It's a really good mic going through a zoom into my camera. I think I've gotten the levels correct and it sounds okay, but we're still working on it. So I apologize for the audio mix changing all the time. I'm trying to get it right. The camera is a Sony a7R III. It's an older camera that I have. There's always I upgraded this to a 5, so this was just sitting around and I figure I can just leave it here. That said, I think Sony cameras are the worst cameras you can possibly buy. I don't know how much I want to get into this now, but I was convinced to move from Canon to Sony, and I think it like changed my life for the worse after I did it, and I regret it every day, but I just like can't bring myself to sell all of it back to go back to Canon. But and the 5 is actually so much better than the 3, which is what is filming now. But I swear this is one of the worst cameras I've ever used. That said, the images when they come out and the quality is good, it's fine. But using it and just the worst. People have been leaving a lot of comments. I really appreciate that. I try to respond, but I want to try something new where I set up a voicemail phone number. I'm not going to say the number, it's in the description below, but call that number. It'll ring a few times. It'll go to voicemail. Leave a message, leave a comment or a question, and I'll answer it here. I'll play it and answer it here. I think it'll be fun. And if it's not and it gets weird and abused or something, I'll just take that number out of the description. But I think this could be a fun thing. You know, it's multimedia. We'll hear you and then I'll talk. So that will be good. Lastly, before we go on this Monday, some people have been asking how they can support the channel. I still think it's a little too early. Not sure where this is going just yet. I'm really enjoying making these. It's been like very inspiring to me to just be thinking about stuff again. Obviously, I have a million projects sort of cooking at any given time, but now I feel like I have something to work towards and to publish towards, which is something I haven't had in quite some time. So I'm having fun. That's it. I don't want to start asking for money or anything. If you wanted to Venmo me, it's at Noah Kalina. You could do that. I'd appreciate it, but you don't have to. Obviously, don't. I'm not asking for it just yet. Maybe, but not really. I mean, you know what I mean. Some people have asked if they could. I was like, I don't know. Maybe we'll get into Patreon later, but that's how we can do it now if you want, but you don't have to. Thank you. That's it for today. Thanks for coming. I'll see you tomorrow, probably.